Hi guys, it's Heather Darnell and welcome back to my art channel. So I've been missing doing any kind of acrylic pouring lately. I'm well overdue for that. So today that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna get back into it a little bit and have a little fun doing a little acrylic wave ocean swipe type thing. And I love anything beachy / oceany theme related anyway. So it's a perfect fit for me. But with this specific piece of being an ocean wave, I can't help but to think of the Bible verse that I want to put on this piece, which is also our ministry snack, which comes from the book of James, chapter 1, verse 6. And it reads, "But let him ask in faith with no doubting, for the one who doubts is like the wave of the sea that is driven and tossed by the wind." Oh, wow, think about that, guys. When you see a wave, are you tossing around in the wind, or are you flattening out, and going smooth sailing all the way to the shore? I don't know about you, but I live with a lot of doubt and lack a lot of faith, and I'm that wave that's constantly being tossed in the wind, and that's not good. I mean, I as much as I don't want to admit it, it's just who I am. I'm human and I'm flawed. I've been burned, I've been let down, but you know what? I've probably burned and let someone else down too without even realizing it, because I'm human. We're all in the same melting pot of being flawed. And so that's okay. It's right that we doubt and question things. But Christ is the one and only who doesn't have flaws. He doesn't have problems. He doesn't have baggage. He has perfection and he has no limitations. So really, if you think about it, well, if someone's got no problems and no limitations, why not go to him? Especially in boldness with 100% faith and having no doubt. Why is it so hard? Because we tend to let other things in our life like worry take over. That's something I still fight with today. Oh my goodness gracious, I can name 100 reasons why I should be worried, but really when it boils down to it, I shouldn't, because Christ is for me, just as he is for you. Now, Christ actually had a disciple that his name was Thomas, and he literally nicknamed him Doubting Thomas, because no matter all the miracles he performed, he still doubted Christ. Maybe because because he was 100% man and 100% God, that it was just really kind of hard for him to process that, But Christ didn't see that as a flaw. He saw it as something good, because he was always thinking about it. He was always, his wheels were always going. And so although he acknowledges his, desire to doubt and want to question things, that's good, but don't question Christ. He's saying, hey man, it's fine to, think about these things over here, but I'm the real deal. You don't need to question me. You don't need to doubt me. I've given you no reason to doubt me. Hence all these miracles, you know what I mean? And let's just not forget the fact that he rose from the dead. You know what I mean? How can you not think of that? So when he gives miracles time and time again, not just from biblical times, but for our personal lives too, when things are just unexplainable, that's God working in our favor. More reason why we should go to him. Just like our kids go to us when they are in the store and they boldly ask you for what they're basically putting in the shopping cart for you. They automatically assume that you're going to make it happen. They don't look at us with limitations. They look at us with everything being completely possible and are putting all their eggs in the basket, knowing that we're going to make everything happen. And so we need to be the same when we approach God. We need to have the same boldness, the same kind of faith, having no doubt that when we go to him, he's going to deliver. I mean, really, he can deliver if you have that full faith in him. So really, really try, because when you do, you'd be surprised on just how wonderful life is turning in your favor. So look at that wave and let that reflect your relationship with Christ. Are you that wave tossing in the wind, or are you going back out to shore, smooth sailing and flattening out to a calm sea? All right, guys, let's get started. All right, so what I have here is an 11 by 14 cradled wood panel, and I have the sides covered in painter's tape so I can keep the edges nice and clean and just maintain that raw wood look to it. Really been liking that look. I've actually copycatted that idea from Olga Sobey with Smart Art Materials. But anyway, so what I have here on the top of my wood panel is gesso. And if you don't know anything about gesso or not familiar with it, I have a Gesso 101 tutorial for you that I'll provide the link in the description. Super informative and very, very essential that you do use gesso when working with a woodworking surface. But believe it or not, this particular panel
had a painting on it already and I just didn't like how it turned out. So I just put more gesso on top and started over again. So, well, I'm gonna start over again. So that's the nice thing about gesso is you can cover up your mistakes. You know, it's nice because you can use your surface again, canvas, wood panel, whatever it is. Don't throw them away if it didn't turn out the way you want it. Just put some gesso on over it and use it again. So, all right, but what I'm gonna do now is try to go ahead and attempt like an ocean wave. And I'm sure many of you guys have seen this technique all around YouTube and the internet and from various artists and stuff. So, but this is my first time and I really, really love the ocean. So it just kind of spoke to me. And the time that I did before, I didn't like it because I went the silicone oil route, just putting a drop of oil in each color of the paint. And it was just too, for me, it just looked, the cells really just took away from the ocean wave itself. It was just too busy and, you know, so this time my paint mixture is just paint, Floetrol, water, and that's it. And the ratio of the paint is different in each because normally I use Liquitex Basics, but in this instance, I wanted to try out some Master's Touch acrylic paint that Hobby Lobby had on sale. So it'll be my first time using those paints as well, but the colors look so beautiful. So we shall see, but I will list everything in the description for you if you want to go ahead and try for yourself. So, all right, so with the base color here, and it's pretty fluid, so I want to say, you know, I want to pretend like I'm doing a Dutch pour here, so it's just a consistent stream flowing off my stick. No mound, as you can see, and so it should just be pretty fluid. But all right, so I'm going to pour my base coat down like so, and this is just going to be a swipe. I was contemplating doing, you know, using the blow dryer, but I'm really in a small space, and I just this is easier for me for this given time anyway. So all right. Besides, I think a swipe honestly is a little easier specifically for beginners. In my opinion, I think when you do a Dutch pour, you really have to be kind of, you know, you got to be comfortable with maneuvering the blow dryer around to get the paint looking the way you do. And a lot of people find that difficult, especially for beginners. But by all means, everyone starts somewhere. So if you want to use the blow dryer, go right ahead. But on a piece this small, as far as a working surface, this small of 11 by 14, you're probably better off even just using your own mouth. Let's see if I can bring this down just a little bit here. Yeah, I kind of want like maybe half, you know, I don't want too much wave and I don't want too much negative space. I'm looking for a pretty good balance of the two. All right, I think that'll be good. Well, let's bring this in just a little bit more. Actually, let me just go ahead and pour some more paint. I have a little bit left over. I didn't make too much. So whatever I do have, hopefully it'll be sufficient. There, I think that's going to be a little bit more with what I'm looking for. But this is just my idea. If you guys like a lot of negative space, then, you know, make it to your liking. Might be a little thin right here. All right. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. There's that. I'm going to torch that a little bit. Okay, now, so I'm using a lot of the, well, more of the darker blue because I don't want it to be too bright. I do want the really beautiful emerald green or emerald coast colors in there, but I don't want too much of that. I still really want more like an oceany look. Oh man, I hope this is gonna be enough. I think it should be. Just go ahead and use all of that. I can scrape it out too. Don't want to be wasteful. There. Not much, but it's empty. So that one was a Prussian blue hue. This one is a pthalocyanine blue with a touch of titanium white. And after looking at the color, I'm like, this looks kind of more like a cobalt blue. Probably could have just used cobalt blue, but that's okay. I was being creative at the moment. And I'm looking at this. I might have to calm that down, but that's okay. And given that there's no silicone oil in here, I don't expect much cells. And I'm glad, because I do want more of the swipe look to it. Of the, you know, I just kind of want the water, the motion of the water curling up. Like I said before, it was just all cells, and for me and my preference, that wasn't really what I wanted. So the next color here is Lake Blue. Just drop a little bit of that down. I think I'm going to keep more of the lighter colors on the top. Get some more of that left over. And then the last color is Ocean Green. And I'm just gonna, this is really just kind of for highlights. All right. Now let's go ahead and give it a quick torch again. All right, gotta be kind of stingy on my torch. I don't have much butane left, so I'm gonna keep my blade clean here. All right, now I'm just going to swipe. That is scary. I gotta figure out how I'm going to fix that, but don't worry about that when I get to it. So now for the fun part. Doing here is just swiping. A lot of paint here. Holy moly. Didn't see that coming. I was all worried at first that I wouldn't have enough, and now I feel like I've got a whole pool of it. That's all right. I might just tilt some of that off. But you can see some of the cells coming up here, which is good. It's just a little bit, it's real subtle, and I knew I would get that from the Floetrol, because that does help get some of those cell effects in the paintings. So, and then I'll just go ahead and fix that. I don't know how. Ooh. Cool there. I'm just really kind of playing with it, really, you know. It's all really what this stuff really kind of is. It's just playing around. That's actually kind of cool. I'm wondering if I should tilt this at all. You know what? No, I'm just gonna leave it. Now let's see if I can make more of a consistent line here. good thing to remember is when you are finished swiping in one direction, try to remember to keep your blade clean. So when you break away from the painting, try to keep that trash, the blade clean, like I said. That way you kind of keep everything looking real consistent. So what I'm noticing in here is I have lost my ocean green, but I do love the combination of the other blues. I got a lot of that Prussian blue here, and the lake blue. So I'm gonna try a little bit more of this. And I feel like I'm just adding to the paint pool. But that's all right, it's okay. Maybe a little bit more here. All right. And if it's not turning out to your liking, you guys, just keep playing with it. It's not over until you say it's over. And if you're impatient, you know, consider this something to help you work on your patience. Because this really shouldn't be something that you're trying to do super quick. You know what I mean? This should be relaxing and fun, and just something that you would want to take your time on. I remember a very wise quote that stuck with me. You might remember in the second Toy Story when Al from Al's Toy Barn was telling the older guy to hurry and rush cleaning Woody, and the old guy was like, "You can't rush art." And I thought, what a wise thing to say. You just can't. You just don't. It's just a no-no. You just don't rush art. So, okay. Actually, I think I like that. Now I'm just going to clean up this tip here. How am I going to do that? Need some more paper towel. Okay. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to dip my knife into my ocean green, and that way I can just kind of do that little number with it, you know? That way I'm not pouring more paint. Rather, I'm just kind of, manipulating and adding to it. Okay, I think I might do that again. I do that too when I do my tree swipes. I just dip my knife into a little bit of paint. All right. Now let's go ahead and clean that bit up right there. Get rid of this. And my suggestion is, if you're gonna make more paint, make more of the base color, because I find myself having to need more of that to fill in the gaps of the areas that I had to blot clean. And so that's why I have more of that color. But you can make as much as you want of any color. There's no rule book. Okay, oops. All right, now let's see if I can just pour this. And kind of fill it in. Like that this isn't, like a straight edge line. I like that there's movement in it, and I think that's super cool. Okay, you know, I am kind of bummed that I don't have a little more Prussian blue here. You know, I thought it was empty, and I do have a little bit left, so let me try to just put that in here. Like so. Just some more color. All right. Set that aside. Swipe it this way. Clean. There. Yeah, these, I like this much better than the silicone oil. Way too busy. This Floetrol is right up my alley. Okay, I think I'm still wiping off that Prussian blue hue. So let me go back here. Ooh, I'm getting kind of bare to the wood panel. Try to fill that in. Just keep playing, just keep playing. Kind of like Dory, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Do your thing. Okay, this is in my way. Let me try to bring this down here. Ah, did that twice now. I think that's about as good as it's going to get right there. It's fine. But at least I got some more of that Prussian blue hue in there. I was a little bummed I didn't get as much as I wanted. So, okay, now I'm just going to clean up those little tidbits there. And then I might just kind of tweak the tip a little bit more. My fingers at this point. All right, that's better. And let's see. Now we get to the fun part, finger paint. Maybe I'll drag it down a little more. Getting creative. There. And that's the fun part, guys. You get to use whatever tools you want or have. A knife, your fingers, it doesn't matter. Have fun. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? This looks kind of broken up in here, so I think I might just smooth the movement out, if I'm making sense. I don't know if I did that any good there. There and there. Okay. I'm going to clean that little batch up in there. Okay, maybe just one little more blot. There, now let's try to fill that back in here. Okay, that's kind of nice because the paint, as it drops and expands, it just pushes that paint back some, so it helps reshape the wave a little bit there. Okay, now just going to continue to bring this down. There. So the only thing I think I want to do now is just kind of make it look like there's more movement in there, you know. But not too much. I want to make sure I keep a lot of the shape of the wave. And you might be more comfortable with the knife with these particular techniques and not your hands so much. That's okay. No right or wrong way. Your way is the best way because it is your painting. All right, let me see if I could. I don't want to disrupt this too much, you know. There, okay. All right, you guys, I think I like it as is. What do you think? I think that was pretty easy peasy. And it's still, for me, I have, you know, a lot of the cell effects in there, real subtle, like I said before. So it does add to that movement of the water, you know, the bubbles and stuff that you would see when the wave is, you know, forming up and getting ready to crash. So I think I have that. Pretty good balance of the blue. So let me go ahead and bring you guys down for a close-up. All right, so I apologize for all the glares in here. You can see this one right there. It's a can light from another part of the room. But anyways, okay. So look, I mean, the colors are really pretty. I really do like the combination of colors. And again, I don't think the cells are taking away from the wave at this, for this particular type of composition. They're still there, but the swiping technique is definitely dominant, and that's what I wanted. I wanted the swiping technique to maintain just the movement of the water. Kind of reminds me of flames too. But color combo is really pretty. Love the ocean colors. I definitely have that Emerald Coast feel. Brings back memories for me. I was stationed there for like 6 years. All right, guys, so quick overview again, and stay tuned for the dried result. All right, guys, so I have the dried result here. I absolutely love how this turned out. This is amazing. It's awesome. I don't have any varnish on it. I don't have any with me, so it's kind of a bummer, but at the same time, it's really no big deal because, I mean, these colors already are super vibrant. I mean, as is, they just stand out, and I love the color combinations. I love how the darker blues stayed at the bottom and then the brighter blues were at the top. I love that there's just enough cells in there to give it the hint of, you know, water in motion. It really just is pretty. And that the swiping technique just kept it really smooth, like, you know, flowing water. And also you'll notice the little Bible verse down there so that it's there, but it's not, you know, I don't want it to be super big and, you know, taking over or anything obnoxious. Just a hint, just, you know, real subtle so that when you do see it, you know, hopefully it'll remind yourself of where you are in your journey with Christ. At least, you know, for me, it does for me. But let me bring you in for a close-up so you guys can see these details. And just a better idea of how neat the swiping method is in doing this particular type of piece. It's so pretty. And I did tweak the top just a little bit after I stopped recording, but not much. I don't even think you'll notice a difference. I mean, I noticed a difference because I was tweaking around with it, but still, it wasn't over for me. So I kept playing around with it. And so this is my final result, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, before I forget, I mean, check out the edges here. I mean, look how clean that looks. Really pretty. It's definitely different and unique. And I like that because it's not, you know, the same old wraparound composition on a canvas. Although those are wonderful, and I do those all the time, but it's just nice to shake things up and do something a little bit different. So anyway, so let me know what you guys think, and thank you so much for sticking it out and watching the video. I hope I was able to provide you some good information and just showing you a process that doesn't, you know, look so intimidating. But anyways, be sure you guys share the video if you enjoyed it, and also hit like and subscribe for me. That way I know that you guys want to see more of my work, which I love to do for you. But most importantly, remember to thank God for this opportunity and always paint from the soul. See you later. Bye.